All right, this might take a while, and I'm probably gonna miss something. But I actually recorded this yesterday and the day before. But I had a really bad sore throat, and this incident in general, I had a really bad fever, and I'm not gonna blame the fever, but it did have a little bit of stuff to do with what happened here. And that's usually how it happens. It's not just a single event that you can pinpoint. It's usually like a cascade of events, and it's you don't realize it until it's happened. So let's break it down. So basically, um, the version of WoW that exists in my head is completely different from reality, and I eventually settled on hardcore the out of the choices that you got. Right, like I mean, you got like softcore, and you got like other shit, and like PvP servers. So I like there's something about hardcore, as brutal as it is, and losing a character like this being brutal. There is a way to stay ahead of the curve and literally just petri properly, and you're basically immune to everything. So I was sick as fuck. I was super bored of all the other games that I was playing, and I very impulsively resub to WoW. And it was just like, yeah, I'll just send it. But I also forgot I had like hella fucking projects that that I was always working on at any given moment, and one of them was parking a warlock out at Kazakh so I could basically scout for the Guild Eclipse. And well, it's kind of maybe if you're in a guild like Purpose or Resolve, I'd imagine it's not such a tall order to get shit out here. But I'm not, and those people were all super fucking toxic to me. So yeah, you kind of make do with what you got. And then on top of an already hurting server population, like I said, these people just slandered the absolute shit out of me. Less so purpose. They were kind of just, they wouldn't let me in. And more so the Guild Resolve, like, they were just super fucking toxic. So, on the bright side, I'm dead. And I don't have to deal with fucking Zulicity whispering my DMs, basically pretended to be friends with me very passively aggressively. So it's not in the way that like it didn't strike me as like a genuine attempt to make a connection with someone. It kind of struck me as like like there's that naughty boy again. I'm gonna give him a quick scolding. He would say shit like, "Oh, I haven't heard anything bad about you in a while." It's like, yeah, probably because fucking Pogs quit, freaking goober. Oh yeah, Pogs, you finally made it into one of my YouTube videos. Congratulations. You were a toxic piece of shit, and I'm glad you quit. Next question. So a lot of people ask me, am I going again? Am I going again? Well, straight up, a loss of this caliber is actually fucking horrible. Like, just about any way you skin that cat, like it just sucks real fucking bad. And while I could very easily replace the gear that I had on Troggbusters, it's more like the sentimental value and the memories. It's hard to believe it's all over. But I had like everything. I was probably one of the only survivors from the Christmas event. I had like the snowman, and then on top of that, I had like the crown of the fire festival because I stole all the flames and a bunch of other wacky whimsical stuff. It's pretty neat. I leveled all my warriors as self found, and I tried to find Mach Garaz like the whole way, and never did. Shocker, nobody wants to fight. You see people do it all the time. I even saw people in top guilds with like ears on their character, and I'd be like, "Dude, I want a fucking ear." So I like went out to get one, and Risk did not like that shit one fucking bit. It's one of the reasons why I got kicked from Risk because they said doing shit like that was reckless or whatever. Dare I say risky? So the only thing I wanted in this game was to play the game in peace, be a part of a good team, and be left alone. And guess what? Didn't happen. Big fucking shocker. I really hate to use the word gaslighting, but it's really the only word that kind of comes to mind because, like very obviously, these people are fucking slandering me, and I could actually show you just screen cap after screen cap proof. And honestly, I still might upload that. We'll see. But it's like every time I tried to like resolve any of this diplomatically or even like call somebody out on their bullshit, they would like play stupid. It was like the biggest fucking pussy shit I've ever seen. It would be like, "What are you talking about? Oh, is it slandering you, Trog? I wanted to do a dungeon." Meanwhile, it's just like I have like hella fucking screencasts. I can't even put a number to it. There's so much of that shit. It was basically just like, "Oh, aren't you the guy that gets people killed? Aren't you the griefer?" Like, nah, I've actually never tried to grieve anybody in my entire career playing WoW, ever. Not even remotely. I don't even do shit like steal rich thoriums from fucking people that deserve it. So it's like, mm. I would get these randoms that join my groups like all the fucking time. They would almost certainly be in fucking Resolve. And it's like, we'd spend like 45 minutes looking for DPS because there's just like nobody on the fucking server. And we'd finally fill the group. And then they would be like some random fucking chump from Resolve. He would be like, "Oh, Trog, I just found out you're blacklisted from our guild." And it's like they would drop the party, just completely derail everything. And it's like, do you think these people are literally like every time they join a group, they go to their blacklist section and read the blacklist, and they're just like, "Oh, this guy's blacklisted. I probably shouldn't run with him." No, it's actually like word of mouth and voice comms. It would almost certainly be like they would join a run and they would be like, "Oh, I just joined a run," and they would like say that in their voice. And someone would be like, "Who's tanking?" And they would be like, "Trog." And they'd be like, "Oh, drop that group. That guy's a griefer." And can't even talk about any of it with any of them because they'll play stupid afterwards. So I actually just went back and logged in on all the characters that I've died on, and it comes out to like, what is it? It's either 81 or 84 days. Pretty big L. It's if you translate that to like actual playtime, it'd probably be like close to 160 days. Because your slash played time is basically like double the actual time. Because like slash played time, it's like you're online like the whole fucking time. I did AFK for a good lot of that time, to be fair. So probably take like 30 days off just from straight up AFKing alone. That being said, though, it's still a very satisfactory like feedback loop when it comes to gaming. Like I've been kind of burnt out of gaming for a long fucking time because like Apex. First and foremost, the current season's just fucking terrible. Like the 30-30's broken, Caustic's broken. You can't even pick where you want to land anymore because it'll give you like some shitty POI. And like even if you have like this solid fucking game in Apex, like you might get like 2 to 3 squads worth of fighting before the game's over, and you have to just do it all again, play fucking loot simulator. So it's like if you could just stay ahead of the curve and not die, it's a very satisfactory feedback loop. I'm actually pretty pleasantly surprised with how easy it is to like round out a warrior with Prebis. Really, the only challenge is hitting 60, but like once you hit 60, when I hit 60 on most of my solo self-found warriors, I had roughly 400 gold to play with when I hit 60. So it's like you could save really good and get your epic mount, or you could just dump all that shit into your heroism chain and get like full heroism like pretty much immediately. Really, the only problem is getting valor, but that's also pretty easy in the grand scheme of things. So I came to Doomhowl to prove a bunch of theses about a lot of shit, like the two-hander spec and the fact that you could kill nightmare dragons without world buffs and shit. So I don't really know what to say other than all that. Thanks for proving me resoundingly correct about my initial assumptions of you, though. Good one. Kind of segues me into my next point. When I was in 2019 Classic, I wasn't a parse brain at all. And it was kind of, I had this mentality. It's like, I'll show up to raid and do what I can, but I'm not going to fucking like, break myself to hit a 99 on the logs. I'm more like a 96 parser. So, like in Classic, being like a 96 parser, basically people will dunk on you if you're not a 99 parser. So I kind of like stepped it up when I went to hardcore. And it's like, now you're in hardcore. It's like nobody wants to fucking parse because some freaking jackwagon made this video. It's called like Warrior Seminar or some shit. And it's basically just like, don't parse in hardcore or you'll die. But that's kind of, it's not really the truth. Like, you could parse in hardcore and you could do so without being a threat to yourself or your team. And I mean, admittedly, it's kind of hard to find the balance, but for the most part, like, you could hit pretty solid parses, and it's like, you could kind of have your cake and eat it too. But good luck telling that to some people. So in closing, I'm not really sure how people logically wanted me to handle some of the situations that I've been put in. A good majority of the Petri moments that I've had in my dungeons, it's usually like a hunter or a warlock. They're not paying attention. They'll send their pet across and it just fucking pulls everything. And it's like an instant Petri out at that point. You could try and hit the exit, but usually it happens in places like Dead Strat and you'll probably get webbed on the way out. So it's like, it's just a Petri. But then, people will call me like a fucking griefer for telling you to bring Petries to the runs. It's like, I don't know what you want me to do, dude. And using a Petri here, 1000% would have saved my life. It's kind of hard to make the judgment call though, because I had like a real bad fever at the time. So
one event, one unexpected twist of fate, and suddenly the world as you knew it is gone forever.
Anya, can you read me? Anya, come in! Anya!
All that you held dear, all that you held close, is washed away into the sea of distant memory.
I'm sorry, Marcus.
Life is cruel. Of this I have no doubt. But life continues on, with or without you. One can only hope that one leaves behind a lasting legacy. But so often, the legacies that we leave behind are not the ones that we intended.